I can't believe how many years it's been since I was the 16th President of the United States of America. President during a terrible time in the history of this great land. President during a civil war. I don't know why in the world they called it a civil war. Ain't nothing civil about a war. 500,000 young men killed and more than that. Fathers fighting sons, brothers fighting brothers. I did everything I could to stop that war. I used to say to anybody who listened to me in particular, if I could get a hold of somebody's ears in the South, why you want to start a war? It all started Fort Sumter that time. I have no idea where it's going to start. Why you want to start a war? You can't win. Not that we're better. Not that we're smarter. Just more of us. 20 million in the North. 5 million in the South. We outnumber you. Oh, I did everything I could to stop that war when I gave my inaugural address, swearing me in, did everything I could. When I got through talking, didn't give but one talk. Didn't give to you, you'd never known that. One talk, and all the papers in the North said I was extending an olive branch, and all the papers in the South said I was extending a sword. I didn't give but one inaugural address. Nobody paid no attention. People do that, don't they? We'd be a lot better maybe if God had made our ears twice as big and our mouths twice as small. Maybe we'd listen a lot. Abraham Lincoln, named after Abraham in the Bible, named also after my granddaddy. I was born in Kentucky. Long about 7 years of age, we moved to Indiana. Anybody said at that time little old Abe would one day grow up to be president of these United States? They'd have laughed in your face. They'd have said I didn't stand a possum's chance, and they'd have been right. Because my daddy was a poor, illiterate, uneducated farmer carpenter. He wasn't too good a farmer. He wasn't too good a carpenter. Now, my mama, Nancy Hanks Lincoln, oh, she did indeed know how important it was not to waste a mind, so she didn't laugh when one day I walked 20 miles to borrow a book. See, we didn't even have a library in our whole county. And I'd have walked anywhere to borrow a book, because a book's a magic carpet. A book will take you anywhere you want to go. That you talk to anybody you want to talk to. I got something sad to share with you. My mama died. I was 9 years of age. Cow went out and ate something that when he did and you drank the milk, it killed you. Doctors didn't know what to do, so she died. Broke my heart. Daddy did marry again. A woman by the name of Sally Bush Lincoln. And if I had to have a second mama, I had to have a stepmama. I couldn't have had a better one than her. She what I used to call my angel mama. Sweetest woman I ever knew. Most of you know I lived in a log cabin. Most likely what you don't know is my log cabin had a window. Now that's something special, because most log cabins didn't have a window. Now, we didn't have to worry about poking out the screens. We didn't have to worry about breaking out the glass. We didn't have no screens. We didn't have no glass. Didn't have to worry about the termites eating up our wooden floor. Our floor was made of dirt. Dirt's cheap. Our little old boy, I want to go to sleep at night. I just pushed some leaves off over in the corner, and I slept pretty well. I never did have a store-bought bed. Didn't have no modern conveniences. Well, actually, I'm about the only one read. My daddy sure couldn't read. I'd read by the light of a flickering flame. Gets cold in Indiana. Early October, late September, we put on fire and it'd burn clean on through May, and that's what I'd read by. Oh, at nighttime, sometimes I'd get, well, you know how it is, sleepy, and I'd say, I'm going to rest my eyes just a little bit. You know what happened then. Close my eyes, rest them just a little bit, I was gone. Wake up next morning on those books, I used to think if I go to sleep on enough of those things, absorb them. Well, I knew better than that, but, well, at any rate, did live in an interesting time, didn't I? I think we can say that. What's amazing is that I could read at all. I don't know, I could just always read and deal with figures, seemed like a... Well, I ain't saying I didn't have to be taught. I did go to school for just a little while, and I'm sure that helped. You know what they call the school I went to? Blab school. B-L-A-B. Well, you see, we didn't have no books. Teachers stand up there, talk, 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 blab, blab, blab. You can learn an awful lot if you pay attention. I didn't go to school too often. People ask me sometimes, how many times you go to school? How often? I say, little here, little there. I tell you one thing that did happen in my school. My teachers, maybe sometimes it might be a good thing teachers tried today. Every day we'd learn a new saying. And I tell you, we'd say them over and over again until, well, I still remember lots of them today. See if I can remember. Ah, yes, one of my favorites. You can get a lot more in this old world with an ounce of honey than you can with a gallon of gold. You know what I mean by that. You can get a lot more done in this old world by being nice than you can by being nasty, being mean, being hard to get along with. I tell you another one good to remember. You ain't always going to be young. You're going to grow old just like everybody else. And you just remember this one. Live in your youth so you will not have to be ashamed in your old age. I mean, when you get older, look back and not be to be ashamed of what you said, what you did.